afternoon, YouTube. I want your guys' help today. I want a surefire fix. I don't want guesses. I want a surefire fix. Let's see if we can get it just a bit closer. Pay attention to that gap as the camera tries to focus on everything all at once. You can clearly see that gap closes. I'm not quite sure what to think. Let's stop there for a second. Anyway, this side does it too. This side does it worse. I'm not quite sure what to think. So it's frustrating because the truck vibrates. And I think if it weren't for it doing that, the truck would drive pretty damn smooth. I mean, like smooth as glass. And yeah, I don't know what to think. I haven't tried the other trucks to see what they do. I thought it was the tires and rims for a second, and then I know the driver's side was giving me problems with the rims or the rotor seating. So the parking brake system on this truck does not work. It jams up. It's bound up. You have to chisel it off to turn it off in order to, you know, once it's on, it's on. You can't just pull the thing and hit release. And right now it ain't worth it for me. I don't hardly ever use a parking brake, and it just ain't worth me spending the money on parking brakes that never get used. I think I've set them on the red truck here and there while I work on it. Other than that, I don't use them. So, I mean, you can see it. Tried cleaning the rotor surface up, all that good stuff inside the rotor. Cleaned up the rotor pretty good, all around, inside, the rim, everything, the lug holes. So if y'all have experienced this and have fixed it, if you've even, you know, I want to know the surefire fix. If it's the axle, if it's the hub, if it's a bearing. I mean, the bearings and seals were done on this truck with Timken bearings, so quality parts, Timken seals. Just not sure what the hell's going on, if it's the axle or if it's the whole axle itself. I mean, the whole housing. If you guys have a surefire answer, I want to know it, because I want it fixed. I want this truck driving smooth as glass. And I don't want your guesses. Well, maybe it's this. Well, maybe it's that. I can do the same thing. I can do the same thing of guessing. I don't want to guess. I want to know. You know, I don't want to throw parts at it trying to fix it, because ripping the truck down to this every time, you know, it's a pain in the ass to, you know, replace this, replace that, replace this and that. Oh, jeez, just give me the fix, man. So I appreciate you guys' help. Leave them in the comments. I definitely would love to know. So other than that, truck's been doing good. Got new leaf springs coming. Because these ones, I mean, I got a lot of stuff in the bed right now. I've got the 5-to-1 leaf springs in the bed, plus my cherry picker yet I haven't dropped off. So I mean, there's quite a bit of weight in the bed, plus 2 70-pound sandbags, and so it's weighed down. But I got new leaf springs, which turned out to kind of bite me in the ass. Let's see here. This I got off of Facebook for $40. Brand new. Rock Auto sticker still on it. Of course, the sticker's over there. It says Stanley Springs, Dayton, Inc. And it said it was sold by Eagle Suspension. So I look on Rock Auto. I see that the part number on here for Dayton is a premium part number. In their premium section, I mean, it's $250 for a leaf spring. So I ordered one to match this one. It doesn't match. You can see the silver plates in between there. The new Daytons don't come with that. And I called Eagle, which referred me to a place in St. Paul here where I could go pick one up. This should have the exact match. And I asked the guy. He went and looked in the warehouse. they don't come with the metal plates. And he goes, well, what I think happened is at some point Dayton was in a pinch. They needed to ship out some leaf springs, and so they bought OEM units from the dealer type of thing, and stamped their name on it. That's exactly what they did from the sounds of it. When I looked at, I called the dealership to ask them. I said, do they have the spacers in there and the parts diagram? Oh yeah, they got the spacers. Okay, well I need one of those. How much is that? $457. I'm like, oh, I could buy 2 of them on Rock Auto for just about that, you know. But I got this for $40, including the U-bolts, and for some reason he gave me new bushings. I don't understand that. I bought new shackles off of Rock Auto. They're Moogs, and we're going to try them. And so I ordered on GM Parts Direct. They had it for about $250 for one leaf spring, but then they wanted $91 in shipping. I'm like, God dang it. But, you know, it's still cheaper than going and buying 2 OEM ones, and by a long shot. So, and I compared that new one to this one, and when I get up back behind there, I can see, actually you can see it here, they're all rusted, but you can see the spacers. So that is that's when I'm like, oh shit, that is an OEM spring. Look at that. Ooh, that doesn't look too good. But I don't even know what I did with the U-bolts. I think they're still in here, maybe. Maybe not. I don't know what I did with them. They're around here somewhere. But yeah, I'm waiting for the new leaf spring to show up, which I don't even think it hasn't shipped yet. GM Parts Direct is really good about not having stuff in stock. At least the stuff that I order, and I have to wait 2 to 3 days for them to get it. 2 to 3 days for it to ship. Blah blah blah. So you know that's about right. But excuse me, it's waiting the 2 to 3 days for it to get in stock. So it's like, dang it, I'm just go pick one up, get it done and over with. But other than that, the front end softened up a little bit since my trip to Michigan, and it was a trooper. I did have a little bit of a coolant leak. One of the spring hose clamps, it was letting loose, and on the heater hose where it clamps onto a metal pipe on the engine. And I just went to Harbor Crap and bought their premium hose clamps and clamped her down, and shit, that did it. So that was that. Got a fresh oil change on Friday night, and put some arch oil in it, of course, like I've been doing. And today's about oil changes, I guess. So I put a little bit of this in the lawnmower, the John Deere. I did an oil change on that yesterday. And then we got oil change kits for both the four-wheelers. They're due. So today's about oil changes. But I also got another caliper. I don't know if I uploaded that video yet or not, where I said I'd get new calipers all the way around. And I already put the one on the front yesterday. We got back from four-wheeling yesterday, but when I got home, I was like, I want my caliper on. So these are Raybestos, however you say that. They're alright. It still has a twitch to the right when you hit the brake. It's just an immediate twitch and then it stops pulling. So it's like the A1 Cardone brake caliper grabs before the Raybestos does. That's kind of sucky. But at least I got my new premium brake pads with new rotor or new calipers, newer, rebuilt or reman, whatever. I got these sliding on my finger, Raybestos Element 3s. So we're gonna give them a shot. I wanted some premium brake pads because I was running just the cheapest crap that I could get at O'Reilly's, which were organic brake pads. For front and rear, it was like $40-50 for a set of brake pads, front and rear. I was like, can't beat that for just getting it on the road. That's when I was first building the LBZ. So, I mean, I was running out of money after buying an engine and parts on top of that, after parts after parts. So it's like, give me what you got, get the thing back on the road. So, and here I am now, new calipers and brake pads to go with the new lines, rubber and metal. So, but I don't know what I do. So, new caliper must be sitting over here yet. But, yeah, so far so good. It comes with new copper washers, of course, so that's nice. But the finish isn't as smooth as the A1 Cardones were. But at the same time, A1 Cardones were supposed to be like weather treated, especially for the salt band here, and it a little bit of brake fluid sitting on that for any amount of time just peels that coating right off. It goes right back down to like a black paint. It's like, oh, well, I'm glad I could pay extra for the weather coating and it just peeled right off with a little bit of brake fluid. So, but whatever. They're new, they work, so. And we're getting her done one thing at a time. And nothing really new with the truck since the last time I made a video. Some stuff's happened with that truck, LB7. I don't know what to do with my keys now. I think I put them in my chair. So, getting ready to go on a date soon. So, figured I'd spiff up the truck. I put the 20 inchers on this truck. See, like I said, I thought I was having tire and rim issues because we did the same little test with the pry bar with the tires on, and the rim was moving, the tire was moving, and I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Those were expensive, and so that's why I put the 16s on there, but still did the same thing. And I'm like, well, maybe the rotor just isn't seating right. This was the day before I had to go to Michigan, so I was like, I just need to go now. And I'm glad I put the 16s on there, because Michigan roads with 20-inch rims, oh, it would have been a back-breaking ride. So 20 inchers really helped, or 16, sorry. But oh, new leather and new foam. That was waiting when I got back. So, and I just ordered a gauge pod for up here. That switch is gonna go bye-bye. I ordered a different type of switch for the subwoofer. It's gonna go here. That's gonna be pretty nice. And but I got the truck fairly cleaned up, ready to go. And then I also kind of ordered some stuff to start the Denali conversion on this one. I'm not gonna go all out, but it's a start. It's wood trim on both sides. They are different colors. Everybody's camera's different. This looked more of this color, to believe it or not, and that one looked to be really like banana yellow, which it kind of is, but I mean, it's more matching than this. This is Dad's interior color, the gray. But wood trim, I'm just gonna paint that when I get the rest of the spray paint. Pull this back down to factory, or to the black underneath all the paint, because this is a shit paint job. It went south real quick. I don't know why. Just started cracking and looks like crap. So I'm gonna strip that down, repaint it, and I'm most likely gonna repaint the dash pad to match. And like, I gotta redo the armrest, do that, spray that whole door panel, because that's like a more brown than it is beige. And then probably paint that window switch as well. It's gonna be fun painting around the wood. But then actually, you know, I'm not even gonna paint this, because I'm gonna get the Denali bezel. That's the only other thing with wood trim other than the console. But since this is a work truck, I want my functionality. I like having a third cup holder and all my little stuff to hold pens and cubbies. It's nice. Whereas the Denali is more of convenience of, or I don't even know what you want to call it. It's not utilitarian. It's just fancier. It's got wood trim everywhere, which would be fantastic if it came in this setup. I would buy the wood trim bezel. I know you can buy wood trim kits, but I don't want to do that. So, but at some point, Proceeds will probably get new leather, because this is all cracked up, and you know, the leather is just torn right here. It's not in bad shape otherwise. The back is actually perfectly fine. It's, you know, your typical leather crinkle. But so I could probably have that sewn back up and be good to go pretty much for that. Well, other than that, that's the only other problem. But the passenger side's really dried and cracked and split open. So, but seeing as how expensive real leather, and this shouldn't get real leather honestly, but I bought real leather seat bottom for that one. It was like $111 for the leather, and it was about $80 for the foam, which isn't factory. You know, it isn't the plush, supple, nice, comfortable. It's more like Duro foam. It's a high density. It almost hurts to sit on my wallet. It's so freaking firm compared to what was in there. And it sucks because the foam wasn't uncomfortable. It was just all ripped up under here, so it wasn't really a bolster anymore. It was just kind of flush with the seat. So, you know, I want like new leather. I'm putting in new foam. The OEM foam was like $180. I'm like, yeah, no, we're not doing that. So, but I wish I would have, because that's my cat and Ollie, man. Yes, I know you can see my shirt. And my mom got that for me. And it's like, I don't know when I'll ever wear that. And today ended up being the first day. So, But, I mean, I had the seats folded down. It really came in handy. I love it. And like I said, I cleaned up the red truck, which pretty much means everything from the red truck went in this truck. It's just parts off the G06 GMC. I didn't, well, these ones are off the red truck, but, you know, I swapped headlights from the 06 GMC, but stuff I don't want just sitting around in the open because it's valuable. I mean, you know, the housings were a little over $200. The projectors themselves, the kit was only like $150, but xenon and, you know, all the time and effort, and the adapter plate to mount the projectors in the Denali shaped projectors hole was, you know, it was what, $75 per set. So I don't want them just sitting around. I don't want to get rid of them either, because is someone going to appreciate them as much as I did? You know, I put in the time, the effort, the sweat equity, and I just want to make sure that they go to someone who's going to appreciate it. Like, put it on there, exquisite. There's, as like Pug One says, they're exquisite. You know, their truck that is their gem, their pride and joy. And like for me, this was my pride and joy. I wanted top notch. I want the best of the best. Make it, you know, better than it was ever made to be. And now it's my Cadillac Denali, and I just absolutely love the way it rides. It drives, even with the 20-inch rims, it still soaks up bumps with the suspension the way it is. It soaks up bumps so beautifully. I enjoyed it last night, so that was awesome. But so we're just getting stuff done. I just discovered that with the hub, the hub exposed, with it doing that. Now it's like, for frick's sakes, can't get away from a shake, a shimmy, a wobble. I haven't owned a vehicle in eons that did not do that with the shimmy. So I'm just so done with it. I want a vehicle that drives as smooth as glass, like it's brand spanking new. And with all the parts, the bearings, the seals, the fluids, this thing should be brand spanking new. And so should that one. But it still drives like a frickin', like a wheel's ready to fall off. And the transfer case bearing's going out on that. So I don't blame it until I replace the transfer case and still haven't fixed the issue. Then I'll be pretty pissed. But, you know, I'm just looking at a new transfer case for that. I ain't putting any more used shit in it, because it just don't pay. It doesn't pay. You know, you're exquisite. You want the best of the best. I'm looking at a brand new transfer case from Merchant Auto with the pump rub kit and the magnetic drain plugs and blah blah blah. I just want to be done with it. Get in it, be done. And you know, like this, got Timken hubs and up front and new calipers and brakes, and you know, I got no problems. And when it does drive smooth, which is, you know, anything under 70 miles an hour, this thing just glides. It's wonderful. But anything over 70 and you're shaking, shimmying, and it just drives me bonkers. You know, you spent thousands of dollars restoring a vehicle mechanically, and it just doesn't come through. It's like I just put on the DMAX store Death Grip Pitman arm, because I had bought an AC Delco when I was putting together the 06 LBZ GMC. and that already took a shit after about 10,000 miles. Not even. It was moving a lot, and there was a lot of slop in the steering after putting it in this truck. And I'm like, what in the world? Finally, it was the pitman arm. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck Moog, fuck AC Delco. Obviously, those aren't working for me. I bought what I would hope to be the best of the best now with the Death Grip Kryptonite pitman arm. Freaking chunk of change, but man, is it hopefully going to be worth it. As well as when I was driving out to Michigan, we were averaging 80, 85, and for the last 60 miles in Michigan before I got to Mom's house, I was doing 90, 95 with two Lexus SUVs and a Chevy Equinox. We were just flying, but the tranny cooler couldn't keep up. The transmission was starting to get pretty hot. We were hitting almost 200. Actually, I think we hit 203 degrees or something like that. So I bought the Arctic Ice D-Max store freaking tranny cooler and popped it on here, and it does well when you're cruising at 70 miles an hour. But again, I found a lady that was willing to go 95 miles an hour down 94 going through Wisconsin, and I was like, freaking right, let's go. And here we are hitting 205, 206, 208 degree tranny temps on a less than 80 degree day. And I'm like, holy crap, how much air is moving across that thing, if as much as can be where it's located. With a new tranny cooler, which does help, but it's still getting hot. But I don't know. I'm tired of buying parts and not having the results I want, you know. The results you desire for the amount of money you pay. That tranny cooler was just as freaking expensive as that pitman arm with the shipping I had gotten. I'm like, with the pitman arm, I need it now. I mean, I gotta go. I had to drive to Cleveland, Ohio the next day. Euclid, Ohio, which is even further. Or is it Columbus? I don't know. It was northeast. So whatever, northeast, Columbus or Cleveland, but it was Euclid, which is farther, and about 70 miles farther. And I was like, I need to go on this road trip. I need that pitman arm ASAP, and so I paid extra for the shipping, and I don't regret it. I tightened up the steering. Hopefully, I mean, it's lifetime warranty, so we shouldn't have any issues. No questions asked. Bing, bada, bada, boom. You know, you don't get that from Moog. I mean, Moog is gonna be like, well, can you send it to us? We're gonna test it, and then we'll send you another one when we're done testing it. Like, that's not freaking lifetime, like, no questions asked. Not that they offer no questions, but you know what I mean. So, just tired of shit. I want good stuff. So, like I said, if you know a surefire way to fix this, I would very much appreciate it. No guesses, please. No maybe this, maybe that, because I can do the same freaking thing and waste my time and money swapping parts that don't need to be swapped. So I really just want to be fixed, be done. If it weren't for the back wheels wobbling, this thing should drive smooth as glass, because I don't feel anything from the front. It comes from the back. So, and the U-joints are tight. The only thing else I could think is maybe the bearings on the back of this transfer case as well. But later date on this one, this, you know, I don't have major vibrations other than the rear wheels. So I've just had the wheels balanced, both sets of them, the 20s and the 16s. So it's not that, as it did drive smoother. But only thing I'm thinking maybe now is road force balance would probably be best. You pay more for it, but you get a better result most of the time. So I'm really hoping to get something along that lines of that done. So, but yeah, I'll keep you updated as things go along here with the truck. I don't have much more coming. So, but yeah, it's definitely coming along. Once the new leaf springs are in here, this truck will look a lot better than these crusty frickin' monsters on here, and that are clapped out. So I want to get my the tip off my other exhaust on here, and I needed to swap that rear exhaust hanger. It's probably dang near ready to break. So and that's the only one like that too, which was like that on Dad's new LBZ. So, and there's a nice hole here in the bed, so dang near poke through that. You can see light through it. So, but the bed was one of them things on the list that eventually will get replaced. So it's finding this color that's kind of interesting. it's, you know, it sucks because the paint's beautiful, other than, you know, that kind of crap, but it just sucks because the freaking body panels are straight. The paint is straight, but the rust. And to get a new panel is like half of the box, you know? It's like, holy shit, you know? What's the point in saving the bed? Because you got to replace half of it for a new panel. It's just, it don't pay. Just get a new freaking bed. Plus, it'd be the whole side and wheel well, and the whole thing's just rotten there. So, then anyway. Oh, like I said, I can't speak enough about these cab bushings. They are a lifesaver. The updated ones, if you don't know, Google it. 05 Silverado frame bouncing, I believe it is, something along them lines. And there's probably forums on it, forums, but you'll find the part numbers real easy. It's real simple. So anyway, I'm gonna get back to this, get the brakes put back on, now that I know it's a waste of my time really to clean all this up. It's not like the rotor was seized or anything. I just wanted to make sure that the parking shoes weren't inhibiting the rotor from going on all the way, because of tightness, all that clearance, and I like the backlash on this, though. It's just tight. I mean, this little bit moves that. Can't hardly see it, but the drive shaft's moving it here. So, oh man, it's a whole lot better than the black truck, which was like, you know, just clonk, 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 clonk. I'm like, yeah, that's probably not right. You let off the gas and thunk, hit the gas, bam, you know, it just is a lot of slop. So this truck's a lot better all around. Same amount of rust, probably a little more progressed with the, you know, the fender rust and everything, but oh well. It's, the frame's still a lot more together and not all beat up. So anyway, quit ranting. Thanks for watching. Like I said, leave a comment. You know what it is. I want the Surefire right now fix type of thing. So appreciate you guys' time for watching, and I don't know, rate, comment, and whatever. So thanks for watching. God bless.